Well, good evening, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody has had a great and productive day. Today, day number one of Free Agent Frenzy is in the books, and I don't know how you guys feel about what the Cowboys have done so far. 1 year deal, $3.5 million for a 4-year running back that's averaged 4 yards a carry with Denver, who I believe had an ACL injury a couple of years ago. And that's it. That's the list. Should we feel better that the Cowboys have actually taken their toes and put it in the water? That they're actually just testing the water before they really jump in to see if it's, too shallow, that they'll break their neck, give the dive head first, and or maybe if the water's too hot or the water's too cold, that they've at least made a move. I don't know. Well, a couple things. Jordan Lewis signed with Jacksonville, and Chuma Igoda, who I thought the Cowboys were interested in bringing him back. Igoda, he's been he's been a journeyman. Okay, offensive lineman. He's played better at guard than he did at tackle. He signed to deal with, I think, the Carolina Panthers. I don't know what Javonte Williams means for Rico. I'm assuming that this means Rico is probably going to be gone, even though Rico was 4.6 yards a carry with the 53.5% success rate behind a bad offensive line. I would say this probably means that the Cowboys will definitely be drafting a back in the draft. And we know that Cooper Kupp, somebody allegedly that the Cowboys would be interested in, is going to be released, if not traded, tomorrow. The consensus for people, I think it was Foots was doing a video on him and talks about the power that he brings and so on. I mean, he is 5'10" and about 220 pounds, so a heavier back, probably better between the tackles. Mixed thoughts, basically. Like some people in looking at Twitter. He'll be gone before the end of training camp. We've had a few of those, like the Royce Freemans and things like that, running backs that we have signed that have been basically a can't body and can't get on the field. To say I'm disappointed is an understatement. I don't know why I get excited and hyped up and expecting the Cowboys to do something. It's not their MO. They're not going to be flashy. We get Javonte Williams. The Eagles get Saquon. We get Javonte Williams. The Ravens get Derrick Henry. I don't know why the Cowboys, by Wednesday, created $72 million in cap space if your big move is to sign a 1-year deal for $3.5 million. Can't understand it. But tomorrow is another day. So we'll see what we get tomorrow. I'm a little bit short tonight. I'm a little tired. No, I'm very tired. I'm exhausted. And my father-in-law passed away. Every night that I get here, I always tell you people to always be thankful for the day that you have. And to tell the people you love how much you love them. I had a flesh-eating bacteria. I don't know if I can pull these pants. Pants are a little too tight. Probably can't see it, but that's the scar. Most of the scar actually got burned off when I was actually in an apartment fire that we were working on. But I had a Streptococcus A infection. And there's Basketball Wives or something or other. There was, oh, I can't get my pants down. Who was in Pig Island or something like that. And they're swimming in with the pigs and everything else. And the water looks so clear and beautiful and stuff, but there's Streptococcus infections in the water. And they tell you don't swim, like if when you shave, when you shave, that actually leaves microabrasions that make it easy to get infections, or if you got cuts. Because this person, her friend, got this infection, Streptococcus A infection, and ended up losing her leg. That's what I had in my knee. That changed my opinion on life, because having spent 2 weeks in the hospital with 3 knee surgeries, fighting for my life and understanding that if it had been 12 hours longer, I would have lost my leg. If it had been 24 hours, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you. And it's made me appreciate every day as a gift. But something that has really changed my life is this house. I've done work on old houses before. I've done work on multitudes of things. But this place has truly grounded me in so many ways. See, every time I go to my truck, I always see that headstone of Mary and David Bush. And I realize that it doesn't matter what you own right now. When you pass, that's going to be you. And it's what you leave behind and the memories and the relationships that you have. My father-in-law never liked anybody that his daughter dated. He would always call him, from what I was told, a 0. I'll never forget the second house that we worked on down here. It was a church from the 1900s, 1908 I think it was built. Real steep roof on it. But the house was in poor repair, and the roof looked almost like it was a saddle. So we had to tear that off, and we had to cross brace the walls and everything else. And I remember, this is before I really got to know Poppy, and I would remember he would come over and he'd walk in and he would look around at this house that was literally a piece of crap. And he'd just look at me and shake his head. And I knew exactly what he was always thinking. I can't believe my daughter married this idiot that would buy this piece of crap and think he could do something with it. But we got that thing put together, built nicely, and I remember him coming back. And when he came back, he looked at his watch. He said, I'm going to have to start calling you Timex, because I can set my watch to you. because he couldn't believe that we had gotten that place together. And about 2 years ago, we rebuilt his front porch. Front porch, old 1900s house, pine floorboards, and it's just started falling apart and everything else. And finally, he let me go ahead and fix it for him. And we ended up putting the Trex down on it and making it real nice. New handrails and steps were consistent because it was in bad shape. And I always remember every time that we would leave, seeing him come out on the front porch and just sit there, wave as we go. See, what you have to remember when you lose somebody, you have to remember the things that you gained from them being here. It's those memories, those thoughts, the legacy that you build that keep you always living on. It's hard. It's hard when you lose somebody close to you. And I, by all means, am not the first, and I will not be the last. But remember, don't wait until somebody is in the hospital sick and dying to see him. I always tell people, don't come to the hospital to see me die if you couldn't come to see me when I was alive and able to do something with you. That we could create some memories that we could share when I'm gone. I want to say thank you all for all the support that you have. I have one wish for the Cowboys. I don't know how much time my dad has left. I don't know how much time Jerry Jones has left. My one hope is that somehow they can get this ship right. I would love for my dad to see the Cowboys win one more Super Bowl. Time is the most valuable commodity there is. You can't buy it, you can't sell it, you can't trade it, and when it's gone, you can never get any more of it. Don't waste yours. I love you guys, and thank you all.